Beloved, you are welcome to another episode of How Demons Operate. In the other episode, I was talking about how Christians or God's children and preachers speak negatively. And I told you that it's because of the negative demons who are in such people. And also, when you are surrounded by negative people, it will surely affect you. Because evil conversations corrupt good manners. So, you should never speak negative. If demons are in you, when you are around demonic people, you surely speak negatively. That is what I want us to look at in this episode. What is the origin of negative speaking? It is from heaven. It originated from heaven. Speaking negatively was originated by Lucifer in heaven. All the angels were in one accord, worshiping and serving God with joy. Until one day, Lucifer, who is a deceiver, spoke negatively to his fellow angels, as if they shouldn't worship God anymore. So what he said gave other angels another mind about God. Lucifer's negative statements opened the door for other angels to rebel against the glory of God. So because of what Lucifer did, other angels also saw it that it was not necessary to serve God and also obey his commandments. It was better for them to form their own kingdoms and be by themselves. So negative speaking caused the rebellion in heaven. Negative speaking caused the rift in heaven. It brought a bad taste in heaven. What God didn't want the angels to do, negative speaking by Lucifer let them do. So God doesn't want his people to speak negatively, because he knows what negativity does. God is an all positive God, and there is no negativity in him. So I want you to comprehend that anybody who speaks negative is not on the side of God. That person is on the side of demons, because it was demons who brought about negativity in heaven when they were angels. That is why God doesn't want his people on earth who have his spirit to demonstrate the negativity of demons. So today, I want us to see that somehow demons have succeeded in inculcating their nature of negativity in God's people. As they spoke negative in heaven, they are doing the same right here on earth. Interestingly, there are many churchgoers who speak negatively, as I showed you some examples in the other episode. Even in the church of God, there are people who speak negatively. When you are building the house of God, there are people who see themselves as Christians or children of God who wish that the church will collapse or should collapse. And anyone who wishes that the church of God should collapse is a demonic person, full stop. Because God's enemies are demons who don't wish that God's church should thrive. Therefore, anyone who wishes that the church of God collapses is a demonic person. God does not wish evil for anyone. It is only demonic people who wish other people evil. So you should never see people who are negative. Just as it happened to Nehemiah and Ezra in the Old Testament, there are many people with the same demon that was in Tobias and Sanballat. When Nehemiah and Ezra were tirelessly building the walls of Jerusalem, Sanballat and Tobias wished that the temple of Jerusalem was not built. They wished that the house of God should be in ruins. And today, we have people in churches who wish that the church of God, sometimes it has even helped them. If it was not the church of God, they wouldn't be where they are. The church of God helped them sometimes financially, spiritually, materially. They wish that the church should collapse. And anybody who has that wish on his or her mind is a demonic person. Let's turn our Bibles to Nehemiah chapter 4 for me to show you the negativity I'm talking about. Nehemiah chapter 4 verse 1 says that, "But it so happened when Sanballat heard that we were rebuilding the wall, that he was furious and very indignant and mocked the Jews." You see, when they were rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem, Sanballat was very indignant. He was very furious and again mocked the Jews. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Why are you negative? Why are you furious? Why are some people against the building of the house of God? It's because of the negative demons that are in them. Such people wish that the church of God collapses. It is shocking to me that they don't wish that other religions collapse. Oh, they wish that the church of God collapses. That shows what is in such people. They are so negative that sometimes they bring the negativity into their own nations. Everyone knows what has happened in this world. That after Corona, if it was not by the mercies of God, the world would have seen a world war. Thank God for his divine interventions that the world didn't go to war. So demons tried to put the world into a perpetual hardship, but it didn't happen. So the whole world experienced some difficulties in their economies. But because some people are so negative, even in their countries, they speak as if they don't know what is going on in the world. That is what happens when the demon of negativity is in some people. I've heard people say, concerning their own countries, I've heard them say, oh, this economy will never be recovered. Things will never go well. I would never say that. And I would never wish that. Because if you are a part of an economy and you wish that it collapses, are you out of your mind? It will affect you. When some people wish evil, they forget that it will affect them. That is why God doesn't want his people to speak negatively, because he knows that that one downplays his glory and it will affect us more. If you don't know, I'm telling you that if you speak negatively, it will affect you more. Although, if you speak negatively, it takes away your faith. It will seem as if God cannot do some things. In the long run, it will affect you more than God. After all, if you don't believe in God, if you choose to be negative, God will still be God. Your negativity can't change anything. That is what is funny. When Sanballat was furious, indignant, and mocked the Jews, still the walls of Jerusalem were built. He and Tobias didn't succeed. So today, I want to show you the effects of speaking negatively. When Moses spoke negatively, I've told you in 2 episodes, I said it affected him more than God. Although God became angry with him for being negative, let me tell you and put it this way. The anger of God when we speak negative is to correct us. It's to tell us that as his children, we are not supposed to be negative. That's all. But if we don't listen to God and we continue to be negative, it will affect us more than him. So when Moses spoke negatively, his life was truncated. His ministry was also truncated. So who lost? It was Moses. He didn't live to walk on the promised land. He didn't live as he was supposed to live. So his negativity affected him. So if you are a leader and you speak negatively, it will affect you, not God. If you are a church goer and you wish that all churches should collapse, it will affect you. People will become evil and they will attack you. That is what people don't know. When they are negative, they don't know its effects. So Moses was affected. In the era of the corona, I told you that many men of God spoke negatively. In the end, you see that I always put them to shame. It affected them more than it affected God. God is still God. I was praying with a preacher, and he was so negative. So I told him, listen, I will not waste my time to pray with you anymore. How can you call yourself a servant of God and talk as if there are some things God cannot do? I don't want to come around such worldly Christians. So the first example is that when Moses spoke negatively, it affected him. I will never forget that I was building a house for God. I was very determined and said, the following Sunday, we will be in the new building. Somebody came around and said, no, it's not possible. The way things are going, it's not possible. I drove him away. I didn't want to listen to that. The following Sunday, truly, we were in the building. That is what I'm talking about. That guy called himself a Christian, but he spoke negatively about the work of God. It shows what is in him. So don't be negative, else it will affect you. The second example is that in Numbers chapter 14, verse 32, let me read something interesting for you. But as for you, your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness. It was serious, eh? They kept saying, you brought us here to kill us. You brought us here to kill us. You brought us here to kill us in this wilderness. And God said, okay, fine. You want to die in this wilderness? I always say you put the stamp, bam. Agreed. Your carcasses will fall in this wilderness. And truly, all of them who spoke negatively died in the wilderness and couldn't make it to the promised land. So here too, example is that if you always speak negatively, this sickness will kill me. This sickness will kill me. It will not be possible. It will not be possible. How can we get this? How can we get that? If you speak like that, before you know, the sickness will kill you. You realize what your negativity will bring you. Before you realize you're already in hell. Then you go, so this sickness truly brought me here. Yes. Don't speak negatively. If you saw something in the worldly family that you used to be, don't attract it to yourself. Don't speak negatively. God is a positive God because he can do everything. He can turn every situation around. So learn from the language of Israel that what they said came upon them. So don't speak like that. If you speak negatively, it will surely come upon you one day. I used to have a friend. Every day his language was, it's difficult, oh. It's difficult, oh. It's difficult, oh. I don't think I can make it. I don't think I can do that. It's difficult, oh. He kept saying it was difficult, oh. I always told him, stop saying such negative words. He spoke negatively, and before he knew, he was dead. So as I'm talking to you, he's dead. He couldn't make any good use of his life. So please, don't be negative. Learn from the words of Israel. Because speaking negative, I said, apart from putting down God's glory, it will affect you more than God. Because no matter how you speak, it will not change his nature. He will still be God. It will affect you more. The next example I want to give you is in Genesis chapter 30, verse 1. Now when Rachel saw that she bore Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister and said to Jacob, give me children, or else I die. Give me children, or else I die. Hear what the woman is saying. Because of not having children, she thought it was better to die. Every day, Rachel, I will die. She kept saying those words. And this is not the only point. God told me that was the language of Rachel. Any small thing, she was very suicidal. You know, there are some women who are like that. When they are in marriages, because I'm a counselor, I'm speaking from experience. There are many women, 1, 2, 3, I will die. 4, 5, 6, I will die. So they have even played a song. If you leave me, I will die. Oh, if you leave me, I will die. I will die. Every day, I will die. They speak like that, and before you know, they are dead. When we were growing up, there was a girl like that. If things don't go well, I'll kill myself. If things don't go well, I'll kill myself. We constantly told her to stop that language. Lo and behold, she didn't even get to her 30s. She died. There are many young men who are very suicidal. 1, 2, 3, I will kill myself. 4, 5, 6, I will die. 7, 8, 9, life is not worth living. They speak negatively. And when you speak like that, you speak from the demon that is in you. And they don't know that that demon will help you die. So coming back to my point, Rachel as a woman was constantly saying, else I will die. When she was giving birth to Benjamin, truly, she died. She didn't live to bring up his children. Rachel died. What was the cause? It was because of her own language. If you are not aware, we speak according to what is in us. That is why I told you that if anyone is negative, the person speaks according to the negativity that is in him or her. So today, I want you to take cues from what I'm saying. God doesn't want his people to be negative, because negativity has to do with demons. Onua, asema me kan say, Nyankopon empese ne mba yebeka ensem a yenkugu. Ompese ne mba beka nkugu sem. Esanse nkugu sem kano emfiri nyame. Efiri bonsam. Ono na abra na owosoro no. Abofo ni nyina sum nyame kama. Na odi adwembone ehye omutrim. Ema ne kama ye se ehum fata se ombesum nyame. Ndi omunja nyame akidi. Na omanti omahenie. Eno ne ma sakasaka si sura omuti etua. Enti omdi abasa asiso. Ena nyame mpese ne mbabe bi. Ena meka se omo ba asase so no omde omo suba ba asase so e ma nyame asori mompo obi friend ho Kristo ni enso na ebeya na nka asori na emu na wa bisa ho ho na nyame honhom tiri mu na nyame ye ade na nyame beka se na ade oye ne mu wa tiase ese di pakro no e hon fi na tiri mu adamo ni ti obi mo a opese ade nyame ye na nsai. Ntina me ka se saa nana Nehemia ne nua Ezra omo si Jerusalem afasuo no na Sambalat ene Tobias obuafu se omo si asoroda manyame adentina obuafu omo ye ya na nkosi hwe na me ka se wanjai nkuguo sem kan ebe kan achen nyame. Esanse de obeye bia no ensesa nyame su ene ne nyame ye nti jai nkugo semka. Moses ekasa nkugo sem no ewiye no eka ono na etwa ne nkwanda so ne esanso twa ne dwumadi eso. Nti se wo ye sofo na se wo njai nkugo semka ebe hawa nyame betwa nkwanda so wasoro no ebe yu afrem. Israel for kan kugo sem e wo numre ngoma no ti du 9 chichemu eduasamienu da bia wo de ba sresu se emewu da biara wo de ba sresu se emewu no ampa nyame kan wo chichemu eduasamienu e wo numre ngoma no ti du 9 se de maka gu masum no sa mufunu ebeda esresu omu wuto And I mean, said, Jacob, here and your friend Rachel. Debia, wa mammy ba, meu, wa mammy ba, meu. Debia, none casan. Your mabi wa warimu, debia, meu, one warimia, meu, and pa no mo, son of Rachel, here. The person who be free and some can basa, I name. Never how. My dear, this is what I want you to know today. If you speak negatively always, you are speaking from the demons that are in you. And if the demons see that that is your wish, they will help you to carry out that wish nicely. You will surely become what you speak. You will surely be as your confession. So learn to speak as a child of God and be positive. And when you are positive, it means you know what your God can do. My God can do all things. That is why He has given me a watchword. And I and my spiritual children, we always say that word because we know what God can do. That is why we always say that with God, all things are possible. God bless you. I will see you again. Bye-bye.